California is the most populous state in the United States, with a population of 39 million people. Its economy is strong, with a GDP of $3.2 trillion USD in 2019, which is greater than the GDP of many entire nations. California's high water needs are a result of its thriving economy, which includes industries such as finance, media, technology, trade, and agriculture. California has a massive water demand, and as a result, the state is the largest water consumer in the United States. So in today's video, let's take a look into California's water problem. Snowpack accounts for approximately 30% of California's water supply. This water supply is dependent on mountain ranges, particularly the Sierra Nevada range. Snowfall in the Sierra Nevada provides a significant amount of water to the Central Valley. The mountain ranges serve as catchment areas, collecting precipitation and slowly releasing it into rivers and streams that supply water to the state. During the dry summer months, the snowpack in these mountain ranges serves as an important source of water. Groundwater resources in California are critical to meeting the state's water demand, particularly during droughts. Excessive groundwater pumping, however, combined with years of below-average precipitation, has resulted in a significant drop in groundwater levels. As a result, the rate of groundwater depletion has accelerated, and groundwater availability for future use has become uncertain. Groundwater overextraction has caused the ground to sink in some areas, a phenomenon known as land subsidence. Buildings, roads, and other infrastructure can sustain permanent damage as a result of land subsidence. It can also reduce the capacity of underground layers of water-bearing rock or sediment known as aquifers. Land subsidence in California has caused damage to highways, canals, and water infrastructure, resulting in costly repairs and an increased risk of flood damage. The depletion of groundwater resources has also resulted in the drying up of wells in some areas. Communities that rely solely on groundwater for water are especially vulnerable to this issue. Residents are forced to rely on alternative water sources or transport water from other areas as wells dry up, which can be costly and unsustainable in the long run. California's water infrastructure is aging and in need of replacement, with much of the state's water infrastructure built decades ago to support a much smaller population and less industrial activity. The demand for water has increased as the state's population and economy have grown, putting a strain on the existing infrastructure. Furthermore, climate change and extreme weather are posing significant challenges to infrastructure. Dams, reservoirs, canals, aqueducts, and pipelines comprise the state's water infrastructure, which together form a complex system that moves water from where it is abundant to where it is needed. Many of these structures, however, were built in the mid-20th century or earlier and have not been updated or upgraded to meet today's water needs. Climate change has also had an impact on California's infrastructure, causing more frequent and severe droughts and floods. This has increased the strain on the state's water management systems, emphasizing the need for increased investment in modernization and sustainability. California's agriculture industry is one of the largest in the country, consuming a significant amount of water resources. Agriculture consumes approximately 80% of the state's water, according to the California Department of Water Resources. As a result of the increasing demand for water from a growing population and economy, conflicts over water allocation between urban and rural areas have arisen, exacerbating the water shortage problem. The issue came to a head during California's severe drought, which lasted from 2012 to 2016, exposing the state's water supply infrastructure's limitations. Many urban areas faced water rationing and mandatory conservation measures during the drought, while some rural communities saw their wells dry up and were forced to rely on water deliveries. Simultaneously, California's agriculture industry continued to consume large amounts of water, prompting accusations of waste and calls for increased regulation. The water allocation conflict has also brought to light the issue of environmental sustainability. Many environmentalists argue that California's water supply infrastructure, such as dams and canals, has harmed the state's ecosystems and endangered species. They advocate for policies that prioritize conservation and environmental protection, even if it means reducing agricultural and urban water availability. Water demand is increasing as the population and economy grow. This demand strains existing water resources and emphasizes the importance of sustainable water management practices. Droughts in California in recent years have also highlighted the importance of effective water management and conservation measures. California has recognized the gravity of its water crisis and has enacted a number of policies and regulations to address it. These policies promote water conservation and efficiency, as well as the reduction of water waste and the increased use of alternative water sources. The state, for example, has established water efficiency standards for appliances, a tiered pricing system to encourage conservation, and requires water agencies to report their water usage data on a regular basis. Furthermore, California is looking into new water sources to meet its growing demand. Desalination, a process that removes salt and other minerals from seawater to make it safe for human consumption, is one such source. The state currently operates several desalination plants, with plans to build more in the future. California is also investing in recycled water, which is wastewater that has been treated and can be reused for non-potable purposes such as irrigation and industrial processes. Another potential source of water that the state is investigating is stormwater capture, which involves collecting and storing rainwater for later use. However, resolving California's water crisis is a complex issue that will necessitate a concerted effort from all stakeholders. Water infrastructure investment by government agencies must continue, including updating and modernizing existing systems. Businesses and individuals must also contribute by implementing water-saving practices such as reducing outdoor water use, repairing leaks, and using water-efficient appliances. Furthermore, addressing California's water problem necessitates addressing the underlying causes of high water demand, such as unsustainable land use practices, population growth, and climate change. To address California's water crisis, various measures are being implemented to make better use of the state's limited precipitation. One strategy is to build dams and canals to store and transport water to where it is most needed. Another approach would be to increase the use of seawater desalination technology, which could provide a new source of fresh water. In addition to increasing water supply, efforts are being made in the state to reduce water consumption. Water meters, for example, are being installed in every home to encourage more efficient water usage, and private water withdrawal is being restricted. Water recycling, in which treated wastewater is reused for irrigation or other non-potable purposes, is also becoming more common. As a result, a comprehensive approach that takes into account all of these factors is required to ensure California's future water supply. With that, let's end the video. Visionomics, signing out.